What is going on, guys? POG here and welcome to today's video. In this video I'm gonna go ahead and unbox the iPhone 8 Plus in 64GB space gray model, and I've also purchased the iPhone 8 Plus silicone case in black color. So if you guys are wondering to get yourself an Apple silicone case, it does come in a variety of colors that you guys can choose from. I decided to go with the black color because I think it will match very nicely with the space gray color over here for the iPhone 8 Plus. If you are wondering to purchase a different color iPhone 8 Plus, there is also the gold version as well as the silver version. They both look very nice, but I decided to go with the space gray model. Now, if you purchase the gold model, you do end up getting a more of a roses box instead of this nice gray box that you have for the that we get technically for the iPhone 8 Plus space gray model. So yeah, but here it is, the box. As you guys can see, we have this very nice look of the back of the iPhone 8 Plus that kind of shows us that this one here is the it has like the glass back due to this kind of color differences, like the shyness that gets into the box. So very nice there. Over here on the bottom, we do have the Apple logo. Here on the left, we have iPhone, Apple logo on the top. As well, we have iPhone over to the other side as well. Now, if we look over here, it does show us that we have the 64GB model, and it does come in another verification, which is the 256GB model. So the reason I decided to pick up the iPhone 8 Plus in 64GB model instead of the 256GB model is because currently I do have the iPhone 10, which is in 256GB model, and at the moment I only use about 40GB of storage, and I have the phone for about since the day of release, let's say. And the reason is because I have the new iPad Pro in 256GB, and that's kind of what I really use mainly for when it comes to like storing photos and things like that, where it comes to like movies, and that's where I kind of put all of my storage, where the phone is mainly just for apps like regular video shooting and like photos, which the 64GB can do a very good job when it comes to that. But yeah, so with all that talk out the way, let's go ahead and finally get open into this box. I hope those informations were useful for you guys to making the right decision in storage size. But if you guys don't store a lot of things, make sure you get the 64GB and save yourself some money, because the 256, I find it to be quite a lot of storage. I would prefer to have a 128GB option. Unfortunately, there's none for the 8 Plus. But yeah, so it is what it is. Now we have this nice tab over here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but yeah, it has this nice green arrow that's gonna allow me to open the back of the box. So we're just gonna, I guess, do it like this. Just a nice angle there for the iPhone. That was very, very satisfying. So once we went ahead and did that, as you guys can see over here, now the box is much nicer. It's kind of like this very matte finish instead of that glossiness from the wrapping. And let's also look at the silicone case here, which is the, like I said, the black color. Retails for $49 Canadian. And the way you open this is very easy with Apple cases. You just kind of do that. You don't actually have to open the whole way. But instead of including like a paperwork, it's kind of printed right in the back how to actually insert the iPhone 8 Plus inside of the case. But yeah, so here is the silicone case. Has the Apple logo right there, which is kind of a bit lighter color, where if you buy the leather version, it's kind of indented in it with the leather. So yeah, very nice. Let's go ahead and put this aside and lift up the box for the iPhone 8 Plus. So here we go. The box doesn't want to open, guys. Hello? I want to see you. I've seen this actually before, obviously, but I decided to make another video in case you guys haven't seen the first one. So the first thing we get is designed by Apple in California. When we go ahead and take this out, so inside there we have welcome to iPhone, which goes ahead and shows us the side button, how to pretty much use the iPhone. So hold to turn on the iPhone, as well press to sleep or wake, 3D touch, access menu shortcuts, and content by pressing the screen with 3D touch. Just kind of telling you like press it a bit harder. And Touch ID, use Touch ID to unlock iPhone with home button. Next thing we get here is a SIM eject tool. As well, we get the iPhone user guide here and 2 Apple stickers. Let's put these back. There we go. Here's the iPhone 8 Plus. Let's put this aside for now. Inside here, we do have the power adapter. This goes obviously into your outlet, USB end over here. Now the iPhone 8 Plus actually supports fast charging, except unfortunately, if you want to benefit from that, you do have to buy a separate charging cable in order to benefit from that, which let me tell you right now, it's not cheap if you guys don't know that yet. So unfortunately, we don't get the fast charging cable inside of the box, but you know, at least we do get a charger, so it charges very well. I actually use my iPad charger to charge my iPhones. That's the way I do it. I only use this for like traveling and things like that. All right, so over here we have the earbuds, which actually are the Lightning one. They kind of look like they're the wireless ones, as you can see from here, but once you open it up, you have a Lightning. There's no headphone jack on the iPhone 8 Plus. Now, if we look on the back, it's nice that Apple still continues to include the 3.5mm jack into a Lightning cable in case you guys do not have, let's say, a device that needs a auxiliary input. So you can go ahead and use this for a headphone jack. And finally, we do get our Lightning cable. So very usual stuff that you would get with the iPhones. Let's go ahead and put these back actually now, just to have a nice clear work environment. And there we go. Let's try not to drop the phone, obviously. And there we go. So here is the iPhone 8 Plus. In the front over here, we do have the FaceTime camera, the earpiece here, which is also part of the stereo speakers. Over here, we have our home button, which is more of a force touch kind of home button. It just gives you feedback. It doesn't actually click right now because of the fact that the phone is off, and it just gives you feedback. Over here on the right side, we do have the power button, wake and sleep. The SIM tray is over here. We would need that SIM eject tool to actually remove it. We have our antenna bands over here on the right side. We should also have those on the left side as well. So we have our mute switch right over here, just like that. Let's just mute the phone and everything like that. Volume up and down. We also have another, obviously, 2 more antenna bands right there. Here is the top of the phone, which pretty much there's nothing there. And in the bottom, we do have the microphone, speaker, as well the charging port right over there. The back of the phone does have a nice Apple logo. The iPhone doesn't carry any of those labels on the bottom, thankfully, which looks a very nice look for the phone. I'm probably not gonna see it because of this case right here. And Apple logo, we have our quad LED flash, the microphone, and we also have our dual camera setup for portrait mode. So let's go ahead and turn this on. And meanwhile, while this is turning on, I'm gonna go ahead and install it into the case, which is very easy. All we have to do is get those two top corners in, and then click the button, the bottom ones in as well. And of course, we're just gonna wait a little bit while it's putting up. Unfortunately, I did end up forgetting to put the SIM card in, so I had to take it off the case. And let's go ahead and use our SIM eject tool, which is very easy. We just kind of end up pushing it into this tiny hole over there. comes off, and we just take it out. So here is the SIM tray. As you guys can see from a close-up, we do have the rubber over there that gives you this very nice water resistance to avoid any water kind of getting in its way in. So let's go ahead and insert the SIM card. To insert the SIM card, just simply push it back in, and there we go. Now we're gonna power it on, and meanwhile end up just putting it back into the silicone case. And check this setup out while it's booting up. So the silicone case does give us some silicone buttons over here for the volume up and also the sleep and wake, where if you have the leather case, you do get a nice aluminum finish. And here's kind of what it looks like when the iPhone 8 Plus is, and at the bottom is open for easy access to the charging port as well as the speakers, where the all around the phone is nicely done. And this also avoids the problem where the phone is kind of bouncing, let's say. So yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and set it up and press the home button there. So we're gonna choose the language English, gonna choose the location. Over here, we do have the Quickstart. So what this does, it allows you to set up your phone using your previous device. So if you take it near the phone that you have at the moment, it will pretty much allow you to set it up a lot easier. After putting my password in for my Wi-Fi, it does go ahead and activate the iPhone. Now to set up Touch ID to unlock the iPhone with your fingerprint or to use Apple Pay and things like that, to use the Touch ID pretty much, all you have to do is start, tapping your finger there, resting it technically. You don't want to press the button, of course. Press continue and set it up. It's very easy to do it. And then press continue. Now it's gonna ask me to enter a passcode. Just gonna add this for now. I will be changing this obviously, just for the video. There we go. Now over here, it asks me to restore my iPhone from iCloud or iTunes. I'm just gonna set it up as a new phone. Gonna ask me to enter my Apple ID. I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. After signing into iTunes, we're gonna go ahead and agree to their terms and conditions. Here it's gonna give me the express settings. After that, I'm gonna go ahead and click customize settings, enable locations and services. It's gonna ask me to set up Apple Pay. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that after. Here it asks me to set up Hey Siri. So over here we have the True Tone display. Right now we have True Tone enabled. So if I go ahead and hold on to here, it's gonna show me what it looks like without the True Tone display. So as you guys can see, this very nice display where if we put this, we do get like a lot more blue. So let's go ahead and click continue. Now it's gonna go ahead and introduce to us the home button. We're gonna click get started. Gives you 3 options to pick from. I prefer the level 3. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Gonna click next. Choose a view, just gonna go basic. And there we go. Here we have it. So here is the iPhone 8 Plus nicely set up. Just gonna go to Control Center. So obviously over here we do have the brightness control. If you use 4Touch over here, it allows you to control night shift. And as you can see, we do have the new feature, which is to enable and disable the True Tone display. Of course, you can also schedule night shift from there. Volume controls, very nice. And as well, you do have the flush, different levels. So here's that, which is very nice. So yeah, most likely there is an update. Most likely there will be, as you can see. And we're just gonna go ahead and download and install. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's unboxing and a quick setup and a quick review of the silicone case. If you guys did, please leave a like and also check out my channel, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.